What up, though? So, thinking about doing this series called Thoughts While I'm Rucking. Because I be high and I be just thinking of some shit. But if you're not familiar with what rucking is, it's basically walking with a backpack with weights in it. You typically use like 10 to 15, 20, 10 to 25% of your body weight. You put that into your book bag and you just walk. Really simple workout. Anybody can do it. It's a really good thing to do, especially to like keep your body active. And then like if you're too big, it will lean you out. If you're too small, it'll put size on you. So it kind of puts you in this medium, super medium category, I guess you could say. So it's really good. I came across it when I read Outlive by Dr. Peter Attia and The Comfort Crisis by Michael Easter. Two of like my favorite books when it comes to like longevity and how to live like a healthy lifestyle to basically live long in a really good way. To me, that's really critical, in my opinion, right now, one of the most important factors. Just because like I feel like so many of us are dying really young, and we're getting cancers in our 30s, heart strokes in our 30s, and it's kind of scary to think, because like these are things that wasn't happening before. And it's been a trend, contrary to popular belief, but it's been a trend before COVID. It's been a trend that's been seen starting around like 2012, 2015, seeing trends amongst people, young people, developing like cancers and all types of health problems internally long before, right? I think COVID has accelerated that, in my opinion, whatever. So I try to like stay on top of it, because I just lost a lot of friends to cancers, and it scares the fuck out of me, because there are cancers that they tell us not even to test for until we're like 45 and 50, actually 50. I think that it might have just got lower to 45 a while ago, but like we're getting in our 30s, and it's scary and it's sad to say like that. Sometimes I don't even know if there's a way to like even fight it all off, because it's people who I see who get it are seemingly healthy people, right? Like I don't see many people who get it, well, people who are just like not taking care of themselves. Like I'm talking about generally fit people. And so it makes me wonder, like, what does health look like? And it's like our way of life kind of fucks us up, because we don't do the things that should keep us healthy, right? Like we have jobs that make us sit down. We're sitting down for long periods of time. We're not moving our bodies. Our bodies are meant to move. Our bodies aren't meant to sit in the same desk. And they say now that sitting is as bad as smoking, or worse than smoking. Crazy. As crazy as that sounds, but it makes sense, because our bodies aren't supposed to be just be stationary for so long. That's why you have an Apple Watch or Oura Ring. They're always trying to get you to stand up and move around a bit, because you're not supposed to just do one thing. It's to stand there for the entire day or sit there for the entire day. And so I'm really big into longevity. I'm really big into like, what can we do to like combat these problems that we're getting? Because contrary to popular belief, our ancestors did live long. They all probably didn't live long, and that's probably what definitely skewed the life expectancy rate, because childbirth problems, deaths at childbirth, infant mortality rate. And of course, like if you break your ankle, they didn't have the medical expertise to kind of fix those problems, right? Bacterial and viral infections, those type of things is what took our ancestors out. But heart disease, cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, neurodegenerative diseases, tongue twister for me. Those are the type of diseases that didn't affect us back then. Those only started becoming, honestly, if you even look at the chart, they only started ramping up just recently in the last 100 years, right? The more technology advanced we have become, the more civilized we have become, the more our life expectancy when it comes to those type of factors have went down. And those are the things that affect us now more than anything. While we're taking care of like problems like breaking your bones and bacterial and viral infections, we have also now made other problems much more prevalent, which kind of sucks because we're in our 30s getting these diseases that we shouldn't be getting, right? Like cancer and, all of those are just a function of like your metabolic syndrome, your, metabolic syndrome just kind of being out of whack. Same thing with like cancer, just your cells just reproducing so many times and just bad acting cells just kind of just go haywire. And those things are just happening more frequently at an earlier age now for all of us because we're not, I don't know. That's actually a question I don't understand. Food is part of it, but it's not the only problem. The environment, the way we live in. I mean, we're not supposed to be sitting in desks for 8 hours. We're not supposed to be just doing. We're not supposed to be having. We're not supposed. Our body can't even tell the difference between if we're anxious and having anxiety about bills, or if it's an actual predator. So your body is in flight or fight mode for way too long out the day because you're dealing with the pressures of modern civilization. And so, unfortunately, that has put us in a really fucked up situation because we're not living a life that is congruent with how our body has evolved over centuries or millennia or millenniums of years, however you think about it. At the end of the day, the last 100 years has created more problems for us internally with our bodies than anything, ironically.